wrong, or indifferent. Like I said, that's why this is a no judgment zone. This here, Parlaying with Peggy, here, me, the Peggy way, is a no judgmental zone. I'm here for the shits. I'm here for, you know, to hear what the hell people see, what people comments are, or what they want to talk about, you know. We can talk. 2 of Parlaying with Peggy. I hope everybody out there in the world is excellent today. So today I'm just going to talk about a little bit of, you know, something back home. Now, this was bothering me when I was there because I thought it was about the stupidest idea that possibly could, you know, come about. And it's in regards to them building that aquarium. Well, I feel as though they used some of that money to from the pandemic to go towards it, but now they're starting to ask people to contribute to it. For what? You have a lot of people there in the city of Syracuse who are barely making ends meet, who are not, you know, able to afford certain things and stuff, and you want to start taxing these people. Then now the Niagara Mohawk National Grid, whatever you want to call it, there is going to be going up by 25% more. Your bill is going to be up on 25% more, which is crazy. But back to the subject at hand, the aquarium. I feel like that is about the stupidest idea ever, because you know what you can do with $85 million? You can, the roads need to be fixed in Syracuse. The streets need to be fixed in Syracuse. You have these elementary schools who are outdated that need air conditioning units. That's why last year when there was hot weather, they had to let the kids out of school early. You know why? Because their air conditioning systems don't work. Fix up the schools. Come up with some programs for these young kids that are out here hanging on the street. Give them some incentives, so maybe some of this violence will be cut down. Fix up some of these abandoned houses. Start giving them to, renting them out to low-income families, or selling them to low-income families. You know what I mean? These apartment buildings. There's a drug problem in Syracuse, bad. There's tons of ODs. Fix up one of these apartment buildings. Get some staff in there. Use that money to pay them to help take care of some of these people that are out here on the streets on these drugs and stuff and don't have nowhere to go. And they may be getting monthly checks, or maybe getting, you know, PA money or whatever. Use a little bit of that money to charge them to have a room in one of these abandoned apartment complex. But $85 million went to $120 million. Okay? $120 million for a aquarium that who's going to use? I give it maybe the first year. It may be all right. You might get people coming there and things like that. But that was the same thing with the mall. When Conjo first opened up the mall, it was this big thing. People were coming over from Canada to the mall. They were spending their money and things like that. Now what happened? The mall is starting to go downhill. There's nothing to do in Syracuse. You want an aquarium. People hardly don't go to the Burnett Park Zoo. You should have put money into that and expanded it. Expanded the you know, put an aquarium, a bigger aquarium in Burnett Park Zoo. You want to build a $120 million aquarium, and you got kids out here. The poverty level for these kids and stuff in Syracuse is the lowest. You got little kids and families out here starving in Syracuse, and you want to build a freaking aquarium. I know a lot of you people have, you know, an issue with that, because I do. I had the issue when I lived there. When they first went about it, I thought it was the stupidest thing ever. When you got, you know, things that you can utilize that money for, like utilize it for improving these schools for these kids, road work, sidewalk fixtures, some kind of jobs for these young kids to get off the streets, fixing up some of these abandoned places so people can have to rent. The rent and stuff, the pandemic screwed everyone up. That's a fact. The pandemic screwed everybody up. They were giving out all this free money. People, what they were doing, they weren't paying their rents, they weren't paying their bills, all type of stuff. So it messed it up for everybody who was doing the right thing when they wanted to go and get a place or something like that. Like I said, I was applying to so many different apartment buildings, houses, everything. But it is, oh, your income has to be 3 times the amount of rent. You have to have a credit score of 700. There's a lot of people out here that don't have that. Like I said, they're barely making ends meet. And it's mind-boggling to me that the city of Syracuse and the Common Council and the mayor and everybody agrees on this aquarium. When you got kids struggling in school to pass. Come on, as a community, Syracuse, you got to do better than that. You really do. You got to start looking out for your own in the community and forget an aquarium. That aquarium is not going to generate nothing. That aquarium is going to be just like Destiny Mall. It's going to be nothing. You got the most museum there. Why didn't you put money into upgrading that? You go to the most, it's the same stuff you see that you've been seeing for years. Upgrade the museum or something. Bring some things there that's going to, attract people. That aquarium, I'm telling you, is going to go down the hill. And then everybody's going to be like, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't have did that. Well, stop agreeing with these people. You all have a voice. Voice your opinion. Your opinion matters. And, like I said before, this is a non-judgmental zone. My opinion you may not like. Your opinion, it don't matter. This is a safe zone for anybody to say whatever opinion they feel they want to say. This is a no judgment zone over here. And if you want to judge, then you could go on another platform. But this is no judgment zone. I want you guys to tune in every Saturday to check out my Parleying with Peggy podcast. If there's something you want to talk about while I'm talking to you right there, give me a subject. We could talk about it. We definitely can. But the topic that's been killing me since I left Syracuse is the fact that aquarium, they want to build that aquarium. Now it's up to $120 million. And they're asking people, taxpayers, to support this. I said, what are they going to do? Add taxes, add some more sales tax onto your, house taxes or something to pay for this? Like, whose bright idea was it anyways? Syracuse needs someone who's going to be concerned with the city and the people living in the city than worrying about things that don't matter. And that aquarium does not matter because it's not going to generate the money that they're putting into it. Same way Carousel Mall, like I said. Carousel Mall, I give Carousel probably another 2 years before they close it down. They've already taken the malls away from the Conjo and the Pyramid Corporation. Other malls they've taken from them because they can't afford to pay the taxes and stuff on them. That man owns, last I knew when I was in Syracuse, they owed $400 and something million on Destiny. What are they doing with this money that they're getting from these people for rent? And all this money they charging, like, that's crazy. But yeah, I disagree 100% with that aquarium being built. Even though I'm not there, I have family members, I have friends there, and I don't agree with it. And and I'm still 315, but I'm in another state. But my thing is, I do not agree with it at all. I don't agree with it. I don't. Come on, somebody's got to get smarter. Listen, guys, whoever is running for mayor this year, the community needs to come together as a whole. And whoever votes, they need to really dig deep into these potential candidates that are running for mayor. Have your voice heard. Don't just vote for someone because they said they really get in depth of it and see who has your best interest at heart. Who has the city of Syracuse's best interest at heart? Because I tell you what, That's why I didn't vote in the presidential election. I didn't vote because I didn't know about too much about Kamala Harris, and I wasn't voting for Trump. You see what's going on now. You might as well say Elon Musk is the damn president, because everything he putting in that damn man ear, that man is doing. Like, come on now. So I'm just saying, when it comes down to voting for the next mayor, truly, you guys got to get together in the city of Syracuse. Every voter needs to go out and make their voice heard. But you guys also need to voice your opinion about this this aquarium. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Listen, there's too many things in Syracuse right now that needs help. You know what I mean? You got the homeless. You got the poverty level. You got all these abandoned houses. You got people looking to rent places, but they can't they're getting denied because their income level. Fix some of these houses up. They could have took that money. Fix some of these abandoned houses up so people can have places to move into. Fix these sidewalks. Fix the roads. Fix the schools for these children. The children, they say, are the future. But what kind of future are they having right now when the poverty level is highest in Syracuse? They can't perform well at school because some of the schools don't have the functions or the adequate, equipment and stuff that these kids need. But you want to build an aquarium. These schools don't even have field trips like they used to have. I can remember when I was going to Cleary, we had a field trip in the 7th grade where we went to Toronto, Canada for the weekend. And in 8th grade, we went to Washington, D.C. for a field trip. We used to take field trips to the French Fort. We used to take field trips to the zoo. We used to take field trips to the museum, the Everson Museum, during the Christmas time, where they had all the different Christmas trees. They used to take us to plays and stuff downtown. These kids don't even experience that no more. They don't. Like, come on, start investing in the community. Start doing right by the people in the community. Start helping out. Take that money, whatever state, federal funding Syracuse is getting, put it to good use. Not a fucking aquarium. Excuse my French, but I'm just saying. That aquarium does not matter. Who's going to come to the aquarium? Because like I said, the poverty rate is low. It is the highest in Syracuse. Plus, you got people in Syracuse barely making ends meet to pay their bills and stuff. Now, because of what Trump is doing and listening to the old plastic face, Elon Musk, now 25% more is going to be on your electrical bill because Canada supplies New York electricity. And if you didn't hear the story, like I said the last episode, that man said if Trump keeps it up, he is going to cut the power off to New York, and I think it was Maine or Michigan, 2 other states. I'm telling you guys, you got to get together. Another note. People. Please, just get together. Before this election happens, get together to pick someone who's going to truly, from the depths of their soul or their heart, be for Syracuse and the people. Be that mayor who said they were going to be that mayor. Because I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you a little story. And this is a true story. My grandmother was Canadian. She lived in Canada. She came to Syracuse. And her first kid's father, I don't know if she was married to him, I'm not sure, but I know she was married to my grandfather. But she met him when she came to Syracuse. But at the time, Ben Walsh, who's the mayor now, his grandfather, I believe it was, that's the story I got from my mother, was the mayor of Syracuse. When my grandmother came over here, she didn't have a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of, or nothing. Her husband kicked her to the streets here in Syracuse. His grandfather and a black lady helped my grandmother get on their feet. My mother said my grandmother said that he was for the people and stuff like that. So what is the problem now? They talked all that junk about Lee Alexander, God bless his soul, who was the mayor of Syracuse, but he did for the people. He might have stole shit, but he did for the people. He made sure things were good. That's what you guys got to do. You got to get somebody in there and not have these stupid ass ideas of, hey, come on, buddy, let's build an aquarium. We're going to generate tons of dollars for Syracuse. No, the fuck you're not. No, you're not. Excuse my French. No, you're not. No, you're not. And it makes me angry because I'm going to tell you what. If I was a political person and I was running for mayor, let me tell you what. I would make sure that I was seen in that community all the time. I would make sure, and that's the guys on the truth, I would make sure that I was seen in these neighborhoods. I would go and address these problems that these people have. I would try to fix their concerns to the best of my ability. And I wouldn't take money that the federal or the state government gave for Syracuse and use it on something stupid as an aquarium. I'm sorry. That's my opinion. I'm sticking with it. Like I said, that $120 million plus, I'm going to say plus because they are in the talks of asking people, taxpayers and stuff, to help out with funding this aquarium because they must not thought that far ahead. But anyways, fix the schools, Syracuse. Fix the schools for these kids. Get some kind of job incentives for these teenage boys out here instead of them standing on the corner trying to make money or doing things they ain't got no business doing. You know, times have changed so much, man. It's crazy because it was never like this down there. Never like that, you know? And people really got to start, the community starts to have to come together and start speaking their voices. Seriously. You got to talk that shit. You got to talk that shit. God gave you a mouth. My mother used to always say, God gave you a mouth, talk with it. Talk with it. Speak that stuff. Tell them how you feel. You live in a community. You pay taxes. You work in a community. You go to school in a community. Whatever it may be, you do. Speak the truth to these people. Let them know. Start going to these community meetings that they're having. Voice your opinion. Your opinion matters. Your voice matters. And we across the world, across the United States, but most definitely there in Syracuse, y'all gotta speak your minds, man. Start going out and doing your research on these people that are running for these candidates. So heartily dig deep in it. Look, see what they were involved in. See, you know, where they live. You know what? You know, I tell you what, as a person who is supposed to run the city, it should be how they require like police officers and stuff like that to live in the city and stuff like that. Well, it should be a requirement that whoever leads the city, whether you're a common councilor, whether you are the mayor, whatever, you should be living in the city of Syracuse. But I'm telling you, Syracuse, that aquarium is a bad idea. All it is going to go right down the drain. Psh. I give it probably the first year. I give it. But instead of making that aquarium, you should have took that damn money and you should have invested in the schools, the kids, the community, the streets, these poverty levels, these homeless people, and these drug addicts that are out there who have nobody, that are on the street, that keep ODing. Y'all could give them free Narcan. Y'all giving them free Narcan that you use money to pay for. So why not get a facility, open up one of these abandoned buildings, get a little staff, use that money, and put these addicts in these buildings. Whether or not they're gonna go outside and do it again or whatever, but give them a place that they could feel like they're, you know, a part of. Give them something that hey, it might help them out. And that's why I say I give a big shout out to My Father's Kitchen, because in My Father's Kitchen, they're out there on the street and they're trying to do the best that they can do for these people, and I really applaud them, because that's a good organization. I really do. I watch it and I see what's going on, and I see how they still, some of the addicts who have passed on, they still acknowledge them, they still remember them. That's a good thing right there. City of Syracuse should have gave them some damn money to expand their project. You know what I mean? That's what they should have did with some of that damn money for the damn aquarium. Gave it to My Father's Kitchen and let them expand their facility and their organization and stuff like that. That would have been a good thing to do. But, that's my opinion. It's the Peggy way, That's what you're going to get when you parlaying with Peggy. I'm going to give it to you raw and uncut, okay? And make sure you guys tune in to Parlaying with Peggy and Precious Life of Peggy on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. Watch my stuff, share it. But, this is if you guys got any topic you want to talk about. Now, another thing. Any topic you want to talk about. But another thing that I want to get to and want to mention, just a little bit. These jails. The jails and the stuff that they do. Let me tell you. I have loved ones that are in jail. And I've been a jail advocate. Anytime they need me to call somebody, I'm calling higher ups, this, that, and the third. Letting them know, hey, if it don't go like this, then guess what? Albany's gonna know. I done called Governor Hochul's office a few times. Shit, the damn jail called me back one day. Was like, Miss Becker, can we have your phone number? Yes, you can. Call me. Call me, girl. Call me. Because if you don't call me, I'm going to be calling you back. Because I got your name, your number, what time I spoke to you, what day I spoke to you, and what I spoke to you on. But these beatings and stuff have been going on for far too long. And the thing about, I was so mad. Hochul shouldn't even let these damn these COs come back to work. I would only let the ones who at least have good standings and good relationships with these inmates. Now, I understand these jails got inmates. Some of them, are out of control. Some of them, are good, trying to just do their time and come home. But what gives you the right? You're supposed to be in that jail. Your job is to protect yourself and other inmates and protect your coworkers and stuff. But what gives people the right on a job to just beat on somebody for no reason? Beat on a person who's not even fighting back and think it's all right. And you don't expect no consequences? I hope each and every person, and listen, I love God. I am not perfect at all. I love God, and I'm not trying to be evil or anything, but I hope they take each and every one of them people that were in the thing of killing that man at that jail, and I hope they lock them underneath the jail. And I hope they get them same treatment that they do to prisoners. Because I'm going to tell you, I have a loved one that was in jail one time. That draft room, just to let you know, the draft room has no cameras. Has no cameras. That's where they take a lot of these inmates, to the draft room, because there's no cameras. My loved one was taken to the draft room. It was at 5 Points Correctional Facility. It was probably about 8 years ago, maybe. There was a little altercation that happened out in the yard. My loved one got snatched back into the jail. While that was going on, the other inmates was trying to retaliate against the COs, like, yo, that's wrong, you know what I'm saying? It was all over a phone outside, something with the phone outside. Well, 10 inmates at 5 Points Corrections Facility were pulled into the draft room. Out of them 10 inmates, my loved one had a hoodie on. They pulled the hoodie over him. They had him handcuffed, pulled the hoodie over him, grabbed him by his throat, put him in the shower, and said, "You effing." I'm gonna say it just like this because I'm gonna tell you like this. I love everybody, but I don't like racist people. I really don't. I really don't not like racist people, because don't sit and smile in my face and then say something fucked up later. I'm not with that. I was taught to love everyone, no matter of your color, your shape, your size, your race, your religion, none of that. So when my loved one got pulled into the draft room, the CO's there, like I said, pulled the hoodie over the top of him, grabbed him by his neck, put him under the shower water and said, "You fucking coon, have you ever been jumped on by a whole bunch of white boys?" Another inmate was sexually assaulted with a broom. Another inmate that was from New York City, because what had happened, the reason why I know some of this is because out of the 10 inmates, 5 were sent to Southport, 5 were sent to Elmira. I was at Southport going to visit my loved one because when something told me to watch the TV that morning. My stomach was in knots. I watched the TV and the next thing you know, I see 5 Points Correctional Facility has been closed down due to an altercation involving injuries to some COs. Immediately picked up the phone, called 5 Points. "Oh, my loved one wasn't there. Oh, your loved one wasn't involved in the situation, blah, 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 but they're not here, whatever." I'm like, "So where are they?" "We can't tell you that." "Oh, you can't tell me that." Okay. So I in turn talked to a lawyer, got a lawyer. Lawyer called 5 Points and said, "Listen, you're going to tell her where her loved one is, or it's going to go to court. It's going to go on the news, all this stuff." 5 minutes later, my loved one, they told me, was in Southport. I go up to Southport to visit. I'm waiting in the visiting room. Some guy sitting next to me, and I hear him talking, and literally, because if anybody's ever been to Southport, there are little glass things like you're talking. Got about this much room underneath the glass window for you to slide your loved one their stuff in. Your loved ones are handcuffed and shackled. So I'm listening and they're talking. I said, "Excuse me, I don't mean to be nosy or anything." I said, "But I heard you talking." I said, "Oh, you're the person you're seeing was in that altercation at 5 Points?" And they were like, "Yes." They were from New York. They said their loved one told them that he's lived in New York all his life, never feared anything, never been afraid of anything, whatever the case may be. New York City's rough, whatever, Bronx, Brooklyn, whatever. I don't know. That's what they were talking about. He said them COs put a plastic bag over his head and tried to suffocate him in the draft room. In the fucking draft room. So like I said, that's why a lot of these COs went on strike, because they know they be doing filthy shit. And they know they dead ass wrong. And they going on strike because they don't want to wear them body cameras. You don't want to wear them body cameras because they got to be on at all times. You can't take nobody to the draft room and whoop on their ass and try to kill them. Or kill someone. Because them body cams have to be on. That's why they didn't want to go back to fucking work. Because of that. And I know firsthand that they filthy. Listen, my loved one, when I see my loved one had a mark on the head, had full boot prints on their side. I didn't see him, but I seen the mark on his head. But they were telling me, because when he got to Southport, they had to take full body pictures of them. And it was, listen, I called the people and everything like that. Listen, you have a lot of corrupt people in the New York State system. But you got to know how to talk to these people and let them know that you ain't a freaking dummy. Sorry, guys. A freaking dummy when it comes to what's going on in these jail systems. And you got to know you got to know your talk. Listen, I got books full of stuff. When I call them, I tell them quick. you're violating their 4th, 5th, 7th, and 9th Amendment rights. And they're like, they get quiet. Because they're probably like, how the hell does she know what? Listen, because I've been dealing with the jail system for so long. And I tell them, oh, you ain't got to talk to me. Guess what? I'm calling Albany. I'm calling up there to the head people in Albany. Somebody gonna give me an answer. They don't give me an answer, I'm gonna call Hochul's office. I done called Hochul's office. Listen, I'm not gonna say that I'm I'm top dog when it comes to it, because I'm not, because I'm still learning. But I'm a jail advocate, and I'm an advocate for whoever needs avocation. I give advice about things. I give them numbers to who to call, because I've been going through it for so long with different loved ones. Let me tell you, how you can't find somebody's package when you send them to another jail. Ain't your bag supposed to go on the bus with you? How is it not there? Now, just because a number may look wrong, your DIN number might look wrong, the name is on there too. So just because the name is on there, they're going to say, well, we didn't know that it was there. Yes, you did. The name's on there. Okay, yeah, the DIN number probably was a little scribbly or whatever the case may be, but the name is on there. And if I'm telling you what's in that bag, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Because it's Peggy. I don't play with them. I don't play with them. I don't. I really don't. Nobody has time to be playing with them. But the jail system is fucked up. The justice system is fucked up. You know, thing is that what makes me so mad is because the justice system isn't fair. It's not fair. It really isn't. And you got a lot of corrupt people up there. You know, everything is politics. Everything is politics. And that's what I said. That's why I say that you guys got to voice your voice. Talk your talk. Get involved. Don't complain about it if you're not going to help solve it. Because it's a lot of people in the town up there that will complain, but they won't try to do nothing to change it. They'll complain. That's what I'm telling you guys. You got to get out there. Start analyzing who these people are that are going to be running for mayor of Syracuse. Check their credentials. Check their backgrounds out. See how long they've had. Anybody could live in Syracuse and be the damn mayor. But if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, then what the hell? It's going to be the same thing as the last mayor and the mayor before that and the mayor before that. You got to get smarter. Stop complaining. And let these people listen to you. Don't listen to what they got to say. Let them listen to you. Voice your opinion. You're the community. Like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, guess what? It takes a community to make a change. It takes a community to make a change. And the way things are going up there, before you know it, Syracuse gonna be like one of these little ghost towns. Like if you riding down, going to the state prison, and you riding through Herkimer, and you see all these little towns, you know, Kajanahari and all these little towns, they ain't got nothing there. They ain't got nothing but the same people who were there in the beginning. Everybody else that moved out. It's just the ones that chose to stay. But that's what I'm saying. It takes a community to change. You got to voice your opinion. Start speaking on these topics. You have a voice. It's called freedom of speech. Start talking your shiznai. Start talking your shiznai to these people and let them know that you're a taxpayer. You're a citizen. You're a Syracusean. You know? Stop letting these people take this federal funded money and state money and doing stuff with it that makes no sense. Makes no sense. And you'll get all these people talking about, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do this. No. Thing is, you want your mayor to be a part of the community. Start coming to the community. Start getting involved in things in the community. Go to these kids' baseball games. Show up. Go to these kids' basketball games. Get some incentives going on for these young kids. You know, it's craziness. It's like real craziness to me that they can allow these people to take $120 million to build an aquarium. But yet you got kids in Syracuse who are hungry. The poverty level is crazy. You got people up there living in houses that the landlords ain't trying to fix. Just making little minor repairs. But yet these kids getting sick from black mold to freaking lead to all this stuff. Start setting up some incentive projects. Start fixing these buildings so these people can have decent places to live, affordable places. You say you got a mom out there that's got one child, but she's barely making ends meet. And then she's trying to move because the place that she's in is hazardous to her and her child. But she can't go out here and get no another apartment. Why? Because she don't make 3 times the rent. Her credit score is messed up. Or she don't have credit. Come on, Syracuse, you gotta do better. You gotta do. I know it's messed up all over the place. You know, it's messed up all over the United States. But I just feel bad at the fact that y'all building a dumb aquarium over than fixing the problem in your city, the problems in your city that need to be fixed. These kids' schools. Fix up these centers for these kids. Expand the museum a little bit. Make the zoo add something. You could have added a bigger aquarium onto the zoo, and it would have probably cost less money than what the hell y'all doing now. It just makes me so mad. It's just so much that I want to say, and it's crazy. But I can't. And I'm sorry for cussing, but I get a little angry when it comes to that topic, you know. So, come on, guys. You got make your voice heard. Come together as a community. Stop, you know, stop talking about it. Be about it. Don't let these people, the next mayor, come in and do the same thing and not do nothing for the community. Come on. Come on, guys. It's gotta get better than that. It's gotta get better than that. You know, it really does. And start holding these people accountable. Like holding these higher figures accountable for what's going on. Like there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. It's like I said, it's all politics, But I'm telling you, start going to these meetings, these open door meetings for the public. Start going to them. Take notes. Go. See who's running for mayor. See who is running for mayor. Do your credentials. Do your homework. See what's going on. You know, it matters. Your voice matters. The community matters. You know, it's just... I'm telling you, that aquarium. Listen, I talked to my sister about this aquarium, and I know my sister is like, "Oh yeah, I know how you feel about that aquarium." Listen, and then hearing that, you know, they might start asking the taxpayers to help fund. No, it's bad enough the taxpayers are struggling too. Now that everybody's got to pay 25% more on their national grid bill because they're getting electricity from Canada. Because Trump done pissed the damn people off. Listen to old plastic face Elon Musk. They want Elon Musk out. Now you see how that man wrote on that Tesla downtown yesterday. I seen it. Well, somebody made a post today saying, don't go to Syracuse, don't go eat there or anything else, especially if you have a Tesla. My face looks shiny, sorry guys. Especially if you have a Tesla. Like, because they're going to do something to your Tesla. No, you're sitting here listening to this, mate. Listen, I'd be a good politician because I like to talk, but I'd be the person that talked and put plans in action. Listen, I would set up a committee to go into these jails once a week to see what's going on. Just do pop-ups. Pop up. Pop up in these jails. That's what they need. They need some pop-ups. You know how they have secret shoppers? They need to do pop-ups. Pop up on these jails. See what's going on. See what these inmates got to say. Come on. Something got to give. Something has to give. You know? But listen, you guys really need to get in tune what's going on with your community. Read the newspaper. Watch the news. Listen, I know about the news that's going on there every day. I know what's going on, what's happening. I check Syracuse.com like a mug. Listen, voice your opinion. Like I said, this is a safe place to voice your opinion, and where you live at should be safe to voice your opinion too when you go to these meetings. Voice your opinion. Your opinion matters, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. Like I said, that's why this is a no judgment zone. This here, Parleying with Peggy, here, me, the Peggy way, is a no judgmental zone. I'm here for the shits. I'm here for, you know, to hear what the hell people see what people comments are or what they want to talk about, you know. We could talk about anything. Shit, we could talk about drugs, prostitution, alcohol, marijuana, anything. I don't care, but listen, I had to get that off my plate because it's been bothering me. That aquarium has been bothering me for a while. That's just the most stupidest idea they could have came up with. Seriously. Like, there's nothing to do for these kids. You gotta understand, in the city of Syracuse, not everybody has transportation. Not everybody has cars. But there's nothing to do for these kids. So then when you get these kids, they got a skating rink out in Liverpool. You gotta take your kids way out there to go skating. Find something for these kids to do. You could have took that money. They used to have Dunk Your Junk back in the days for the kids, where they had the little basketball trash cans outside, and they used to pay the kids, and they used to wear the Dunk Your Junk t-shirts, and they used to go and change the trash bags and stuff on the thing. Where are the programs for the kids? Where are they? That money could have used for programs. I'm still pissed off about it. Still pissed off. Guys, get together. Start going to these meetings, these open community meetings that are held. They hold different ones on different sides of the town sometimes, and then they hold the ones right there at City Hall, and it's open to the public. Do your homework. Find out these credentials of these prospective people that are running for mayor. Find out what's going on. No. Knowledge is the key. And remember, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a community as well to get it together and make a change. Community involvement is the key. But yeah, so, you know, I'm just flabbergasted, guys. I'm just really flabbergasted about the whole thing. This whole thing just trips me out. I can't wait to pop back up into town, you know, and see what the heck's going on. But listen, start getting involved in the community. Start doing your due diligence. And remember, if you have a loved one that's incarcerated, stay on top of it. on everything. Call everybody. Take notes. Take notes. Key thing is, have your notebook full of notes. Have your notebook full of notes. Write down. It's a key to make sure who you talk to. Soon as you dial that number and the phone is ringing, as soon as they pick up, you write down the time. Who am I speaking to? You write their name down. You let them know what's going on. Everything. Because the jails are doing these inmates filthy and trying to lie about it. And they've been doing it for years. They've been doing it for years. And I know firsthand, like I said, the draft room is the room that they take them because there ain't no cameras, you know, and they beat the shit out of them. They whoop on them, all type of stuff. They do them clean, filthy. They do. But, you know, got to get a committee together. Start doing pop-ups. I'm telling you. Man, they start doing pop-ups. Governor Hochul, if you see this, you hear your girl Peggy, it's the Peggy way. I done called your office a couple times. I done spoke to your secretary. I gave a whole speech in regards to the jail stuff. Get you a committee, Hochul. Start doing pop-ups. Unexpected pop-ups. Like they have secret shoppers. Have somebody go into these jails. Pop up. See what's going on. Have them walk around. Have them shaking in their damn boots. You don't let them people go back to work. Guess what? Do not become sucker to their nonsense and let them tell you what they're going to do. They're getting paid by New York. They're not paying New York. New York's paying them. So don't let them guards go in there and tell you, oh, what they want, this, that, and the third. No. If anything, it's the stupid asses. They would want the body cams to be on, just in case, especially COs that are not dirty COs, because you do have a lot of decent COs. I'm not going to say all COs is dirty, but to the COs who don't do stuff, they would want that body cam on, just in case something was to happen to them. It'll all be on record that it wasn't their fault. It might have been the inmate's fault. You know what I'm saying? So, listen. Tell them people keep them body cameras on. Tell them keep them on. Because they done did a couple inmates filthy. They done killed one. They done killed more than one. They done killed more than one. I don't know if anybody ever knew it, but if anybody who's ever been to state prison or know anybody in state prison, they would talk about the billy clubs up in Elmira. The billy clubs had rubber bands on them. I guess the black rubber bands for if they whooped your ass with them. And if there was a red one on, that meant that they killed you because they beat you with that baton. So be aware. Listen, take notes. If you have loved ones in the New York State Department of Corrections or in the Justice Center, whatever, start taking notes, baby. Start taking notes. Documentate everything. And then when you call these people, documentate your days, your times, who you spoke to. So that way there, if you have to recall and you end up talking to somebody else, you could be like, well, on March 18th at 2:30 p.m., I spoke to Officer so-and-so in the Special Investigations Unit. What are they going to tell you? You a liar? I done told them before I was recording the phone conversation. Yep, sure did. I told them that. Yep, sure did. But listen, guys, you really, come on. All seriousness, you know, start taking things that's going on in your community serious. For real. Start being involved in your community. Don't be a naysayer. Be a voice in your community. Stop voicing your opinion after the fact. Voice your opinion during the situation or before it happens. Go to these meetings. Do your homework on the potential candidates for mayor. Don't just pick somebody because, oh, so-and-so said this. No. Do your homework. Vote on the person that you did your homework on. Just don't vote on somebody because, oh, Joe Smo over here said that Sally from the Valley is the perfect fit. No. Just because that's your homegirl's peoples or your homeboy's homeboy. Listen, don't take somebody else's word. Listen, start doing your homework. Listen, see what these people's backgrounds are in the community and see if they're the right fit. Just don't vote on somebody because Joe Smo told you Sally from the Valley is going to be the perfect mayor. Or Bob the Builder said that Larry the Ladder Man is going to be the best mayor. No. You do your homework and pick the person who's going to be there for the community and the people. And who's going to uplift the community and the people. And who's going to get involved with the community and the people. Not that's just going to, you know, oh, sign this, or we're going to do this. Pick someone who's gonna be out in the community, who's gonna start going to people's doors or talking to people, and you know, with true genuineness, good heart, and everything else. You know, who is going to be about the community and the people in it. Not just someone who's gonna just say they're gonna do something and don't do it, or somebody who's just gonna sign things. Vote for someone who's going to make a difference in that community and that city. And who's going to have the backs of the people who live there. And who's going to fight for the community. Not someone who's just going to come in there and play games. And just have an office and the title of mayor. Because Sally from the Valley and Larry the Ladder guy, that's Bob the Builder's friend. And Joe Smo from Kokomo, that's their friends. Don't listen to them. Anybody could tell you anything. I could tell you that I'm coming to run for mayor. And that I'm gonna, do that. Don't do your homework, people. Do your homework before you vote. And make your vote count. Because you guys are the ones that are gonna have to suffer in the long run. You guys are the ones who are gonna have to put up with the nonsense, good or bad. So vote for someone who's going to do you right, who's going to make a difference in the community and make a difference in people's lives and just truly want to change their city. And you know who ain't going to spend $120 million on a aquarium that makes no sense? Because it makes sense because it doesn't. When you got other things in the community that need to be tended to instead of a damn aquarium. That aquarium is not going to bring nothing. You see, the mall don't even make revenue like that anymore. In the beginning it did because you had people coming over from Canada. They thought it was the hottest shit on planet Earth. They were coming over here in freaking busloads. You see it happening now? No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't. So, listen, voice your opinion. That's why they didn't let the community know too much about that damn aquarium. That's why you gotta go to them meetings. Go to them public meetings. Go to them public meetings, guys. For real. You know? Go to them public meetings. I wish they still had paper food stamps. But yeah, go to them meetings, guys. Make a difference. Make your voice heard. Be somebody in the community instead of just the person that complains. It takes a village to raise a kid. Well, it takes a community to make a change. And that's the Peggy way, you know. That's all I can say. That's the Peggy way. It takes a community to make a change. And your voice does matter. Don't let yourself think you're a little person. No, you are just like everybody else. You're a part of the community. So make your voice heard. And start signing these petitions. I just signed me a petition the other day. Because they trying to bring another liquor store over here by my liquor store that I'm the ambassador to, and I ain't letting that happen. We ain't about, you already got 2 liquor stores here. We don't need another one. We don't need another one. Them 2 is fine, and they right across the street from each other. But you ain't about to mess up what I got going on over here. and take away business where they end up closing. No, I need them. I need them. I'm the Catonsville liquor store ambassador, man. I need them. They're my girls over there. They're all women's owned liquor store, and I support that 100%. I support all liquor stores, but that really impressed me. That impressed me. That really did. But you know, guys, start speaking up in your community. That's the only way things are gonna change. You know, and make your vote count. You know, stop. You know, just voting for people because Bob the Builder and Joe Smo told you to vote for Sally from the Valley and Larry the Ladderman. No, don't listen to them because they may know them from hanging out at the club or, you know, went out to eat together or went to school together. No, start doing your homework. Start really, you know, seeing what these people have done, what their background is, what their, you know, like, what do they do? What do they do? How long have they had in, as being a public figure, or worked in the community, or worked in, like, you know, county offices or federal offices, state offices, or wherever? Start really doing your homework on these people, because I'm telling you, you don't want another mayor in there that's going to screw the whole town up. The town is already, Syracuse is already screwed up. You have to get somebody in there that's going to make it better, not make it worse. So start, even the county officials, start when they have elections, start doing your homework and seeing what these people are about, and, you know, hold them to their word. Like, you know, they come in and say, oh, well, we're going to, you know, my first year, this is what's going to happen. 6 months in, if not even one thing happened, go hold them accountable for that. Go down there, say, hey, you want to set up a meeting with them? Take your phone, video it. Be like, remember what you said if you got elected, you were going to do this? No. I'm telling you, the county really didn't want nobody to know about that damn aquarium, because that's crazy. 120 million. That's why I said you gotta go in there and you gotta do your homework on these public officials who are running for offices and stuff. You know, they gotta be about the community. That's not that aquarium is not gonna be for they could have did something else, not to mention it again, but they could have used it to fix the schools for these kids, fix the roads, the sidewalks, fix up some of these abandoned properties, you know, did something with the houses that these slumlords have. So, you know, people can have places to move to that they don't have to worry about paying 3 times the amount of rent. Stop letting these landlords get away with the stuff that they're getting away with. That's why I said you have to do your homework on these officials that you're voting for. You really do. You know? That's all I could tell you, man. That's my opinion. Like I said, you know, everybody's opinion is different. Everybody's opinion, you know, matters. Like I said, this is a no judgment zone. But my opinion is, do your homework on the candidates that are getting ready to run for office before the elections happen, especially for mayor, common councilor, whatever. Do your homework on them. Do your homework, because you want somebody that's going to be in there that's for the people, not just saying they're going to do this and they're going to be for the people. You want someone who's really going to put that word into motion. You know, my mother used to always say, actions speak louder than words. So you want someone that's going to come in there and full-fledged do the actions that they say they're going to do. I feel bad because that aquarium's being built. It's just less money that was it's just money that was taken out of the community, the Syracuse community, Onondaga County. It's not gonna prosper. It's not. Maybe the first year it'll be all right, but it's going to be something that's going to end up losing money, just like the mall, and it's going to end up being worthless. And that's my opinion. And I just foresee it, you know. I just feel bad that they didn't take that money and use it for the community, you know. When you got the highest poverty rate, you can't fix that. What made you can't fix it? No, you thought building a $120 million aquarium is gonna fix the poverty level? Come on now. Why do you think some of these kids are struggling so bad? A lot of these kids, parents are just making ends meet. Some of these kids are not even having meals. The only meals they get are at school. You know, maybe you should have put some money into the school lunch programs for, you know, take a poll and a suggestion on these kids on what they would like to see, you know, for meals. Because a lot of these meals now that they're giving these kids are nothing like the meals we used to get in school or that my oldest kids got from school. They weren't. They were definitely not. Definitely not. They changed so much, and I don't know why. But, you know, they can, like I said, that $120 million could have been used for the schools. Start doing field trips again. They say they're understaffed. They're understaffed because you took the federal money and building the aquarium. You could have hired some more teachers. Or start, you know, doing little programs, centers to have like some of these kids who graduated from the Syracuse City School District come back and work as peer leaders or something for these kids. Or, you know, anything. Anything besides a damn aquarium. Anything besides a damn aquarium. That now, that's what it's going to cost to build it. What do you think the cost is going to be when they want to start bringing these friggin' animals that they got to put in the aquarium in there? More money taken out of the Syracuse community. More money taken out of taxpayers' pockets. It's sad. It's terrible. It's a terrible, terrible thing. Because $120 million could go a lot for the Syracuse community and helping revitalize the community, revitalize the, you know, fixing the schools, everything. I know I sound like a broken record saying it, but that's the thing. You know, my thing was I would have fixed the schools first because, like I said, last summer, the schools were closing half a day because the weather was 90. I don't know if anybody remembers it, but that 1 week, the weather was like 90, above 90, and because the schools' air conditioning units in a lot of these elementary schools don't work, they had to let the schools out half day because, or else the kids would have been hot, they would have gotten sick, they would have passed out, anything. And it wasn't helping having the windows open and them fans because all it was doing was drawing hot air in there. Duh. So I would have fixed, my first thing was I would have went around to the schools and fixed whatever air conditioning units needed to be fixed. I would have did that. I would have went ahead, fixed these roads, potholes and everything. I'd have fixed the sidewalks, did all that. Fixed up a lot of these empty buildings and houses up there in Syracuse. Because you have a town that has a lot of low-income families. Like I said, you got a lot of single-parent households with parents, just whether it's male or female single households, trying to, you know, make ends meet with the little bit of, you know, money they're making from, you know, this job or that job, you know what I mean? Start fixing up these houses so these people can have affordable housing. They don't have to worry about being in these houses where the slumlords aren't fixing anything up and they're paying outrageous prices for rent, where they could take some of these houses, that $120 million could have fixed up a lot of apartment complexes, a lot of empty houses that landlords who live in other states that left, and it's just, they're just building up, you know, money on them. Fix them houses up. Give them to some of these low-income families at a low price for rent and let them rent them. Or give them the option of rent to own. Instead of them having to worry about, oh, I can't move here because I don't have 3 times the amount of rent and my credit score. You know, help the community. Like I said, help the community. Take the money and help the community. That aquarium is not going to help the community. It's not. That aquarium is a joke. It's a joke. And I've been saying it since I was in Syracuse. I was saying it. It's a joke. It started off $85 million. Now it's $120. Now they're talking about $120 million. And on top of that, asking taxpayers to help foot the bill. What are you going to do? Add more taxes onto their already high taxes that they have for their houses and stuff like that? Come on. You got to think smarter, Syracuse mayor and common councilors and stuff like that. I don't know who agreed on that, but it's just terrible. It's terrible. They got a poverty rate up there. They have a ton of empty houses, abandoned houses that the landlords left. There's a lot of houses where landlords are just minimally fixing something, so when codes come in there, it's gonna be good. But then codes don't know the underlying effects in there. Everything can look good. You could throw some paint up in there, but do you know black moles growing in that wall? They don't know that. They don't know that. They're just coming to see, oh, okay, you got a functioning water refrigerator. Oh, it looks all right. No, Syracuse. Gotta do better. That's why I said you gotta get out there. When voting season comes, you gotta vote for the right mayor, the right common councilor, whoever. Do your homework. Stop just voting for these people that say they're gonna do that. Because like I said, Bob the Builder, Joe the Smo, just because they know Sally from the Valley and Larry the Ladderman, that don't make their word good. You got to do your own investigations on this. You got to do your own homework. You got to. You got to. You definitely got to. And like I said, this is a no judgment zone. Everybody's opinion matters, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, whether you don't right. This is a place where everybody's opinion is, you can feel comfortable, and your opinion matters over here, whether they like it, I like it. I am a non-judgmental zone over here. So that's why I told you guys, anything you got to say, you can say it. I'll see it. You can, if it's a topic you want to talk about, we could talk about it. You know, last week I was talking about mental health. Remember, guys, mental health is real. Don't forget to check on your peoples. Don't forget to check on your peoples, because a lot of these peoples are going to using drugs and alcohol or taking themselves out. But the alcohol and them drugs are, because there's a lot of fugazi drugs out there on the streets. So make sure you check on your peoples that's got mental health, because mental health is real. And if you got somebody saying, man, I'm ready to check out, listen, go talk to that person, or go call somebody and have somebody come get that person before it's too late. Because mental health is real. PTSD, anxiety, depression, suicidal, all that is real. I know, because I got it. But I'm slowly getting better with it. That's why I do these podcasts and things. This is why I do my TikToks and things like that, just to put a smile on somebody's face, or just, you know, just to talk, because talking makes me feel good. You know, it makes me feel good that it doesn't, I'm not just sitting like, you know, thinking about, you know, why I became depressed, why I have anxiety, why I have PTSD, you know. Because I tell you, that dark place is real. I was there, but I brought myself out of the dark place. Thank you, God. But dark place is real. So mental health, your community is real. Gotta fix it, like I said. Gotta fix it. Check on your peoples and voice your opinion in your community. Like I said, it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a community to make a change. And that's the Peggy way. Peggy telling you, community to make a change. You gotta come together as a community and start letting your voice be heard, because your voice does matter. So, on that note, remember what I said. Do your homework on these upcoming candidates. Don't listen to Bob the Builder and Joe Smo about Sally from the Valley and Larry the Ladderman. Do your homework on every candidate. Research their background. Research how long they've been in politics. Research what they've done in the community since holding certain positions, whether they work for the water department, work for the DPW, whether they have never worked in politics or in the community or anything. Check all that out. Another thing is, check your peoples on the mental health. Topic 3, listen to your loved ones about what's going on in these prisons. Start documenting everything. Write down who you talk to, the jails, everything, the times, the dates, everything. Listen, you got to start being an advocate for your loved ones in the prison. Stop just brushing it off. You got to listen. Telling you, I got notebooks full from 3 of my loved ones who are in prison. Everything. So you gotta do that. You know, it's very important. It's very, very important to it's very important, you know. Like I said, it's very important to do that. Do your homework, keep your notes on everything. What's up, Johnny?
Parleying with Nay.
Nah, it's Parleying with Peggy. We talking about, you know, the jail system and mental health.
We talking about, let me just put this out there since I'm on the live.
Don't be cussing.
On the live, any of my people join, do not mind my hair right now, seriously. Like, I'll get it done tomorrow, like. Yeah, so what we talking about, Parleying with Peggy?
You know, we're talking about that $120 million they're trying to use, that they use to building that aquarium, which doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely not.
Because the schools need upgrades, the streets need upgrades, the sidewalks upgrades, and they need to put some of that money back in the community, fixing up these houses for people to live in, and giving them cheaper rents because they can't afford the 3 times the amount of rent. Also talk about mental health and how to keep up with your loved ones that are in the New York State Department of Corrections. Start writing everything down, documenting everything, taking names, numbers, and when you call, write down the dates, the times, and everything.
Yeah.
But you got to check your loved ones, because I'm telling you, up in them draft rooms, there's no cameras. That's why them people did not want to have those body cams on. Nope.
Right.
Nope. You know what? And I was telling them that they got to start doing their homework on these up-and-coming people that are running for mayor, because you don't want Bob the Builder and Bob the Builder telling you about Sally from the Valley and Larry the Ladder Man and taking their word. They got to start doing their homework on all these politicians to see, because you want somebody that's going to be there to be for the community, not just talk about it, but to be about it and start making changes in the community. That's why I said they need to start going to these open meetings that they have at the mayor's office or out at the other community centers and stuff. Anytime somebody has a meeting when it comes to politics, go do your notes and do your homework on these people, because you never know. They're gonna say they're gonna do it and they come in there and don't do it. It takes a community, remember guys, it takes a community to make a change. Just like it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a community to make change. And your voice does matter.
Word up, though.
Yes. You know, start holding these slumlords accountable for not keeping up with their properties, or, you know, making little, you know, patches here or there just to make it look good for, you know, codes and stuff like that. No. Take that money, fix up some of these. The city of Syracuse needs to take that money, fix up a lot of these empty properties so these people can have, you know, decent places to live as well as affordable places. Because like I said, Syracuse has the highest poverty rate. On top of that, you have a ton of people that are just barely making ends meet. Single parents, whether it's male or female. You even got couples that are barely making ends meet. So the money needs to be put back into the community. And like I said, y'all need to start voicing your opinion and going to these meetings. It takes a community, once again, to make a change. And that's what Peggy's telling you. It takes a community to make a change. Don't talk about it, be about it. Go to these meetings. Make your voice heard. Stop listening to Bob the Builder and Joe Smo telling you, hey, vote for Sally from the Valley and Larry the Ladder Man. They're going to get the job done. No, do your homework on these candidates so you know what's going on. So you know who's the right fit and who's going to be there for the people in the community and who's going to make Syracuse good again. Syracuse is just going downhill day after day. Community looks like crap and stuff like that. I mean, it's all over the place. You know what I mean? But like I said, that topic of that building that aquarium bothered me from the day I first heard about it, when I was still in Syracuse, and it still bothers me today, and I'm not in Syracuse, and it still bothers me because how can you take money that was given to the city of Syracuse and use it to build an aquarium when there's so many other things out in the community and so many other projects that it could have went for? That aquarium's not going to make, that aquarium's not going to succeed. I say I give it 1 year and then it's going to go downhill. I'm just saying I'm giving it a year. I don't even think it's going to really last that long. But, listen, and then now you're asking taxpayers to help foot the bill for it. So you're going to add more money. Like I said, they're already getting, Syracuse is getting charged 25% more. Now it's getting ready to get charged 25% more on their National Grid bill that's already high. Now they're getting ready to put 25% more on the bills. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm telling you, them people in the community, boy, everything is politics. I'm telling you, that's why I can't be a politician. I could be a politician. I could, because I like to talk, but I also like to do for people as well. And I would be the type of person to make sure that by any means necessary, I was going to get my community right. And that's why I tell you, it takes a community to make a change. So the community needs to come together and start voicing their opinion. Because you can't be that person. Don't get mad if you didn't vote. Don't get mad if you didn't do your homework on them potential candidates. And you get mad because, like I said, you listen to Bob the Builder and Joe Smo telling you to vote for Sally from the Valley and Larry the Ladder Man. And then you get mad because Sally from the Valley and Larry the Ladder Man doesn't do what they said they were going to do if they were elected. Make it make sense. That's why I said, takes a community to make a change. That's the Peggy way. Takes a community to make a change. Gotta change, man. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Get out there. Do something. Make sure that candidate is going to be involved with the community and that they're going to do what they say they're going to do. Take notes. Take notes. Take notes. And once again, if you got that loved one that's in jail, be their advocate. Stop letting this shit go on. Be their advocate. Get you a notebook. Get you a pen or a pencil. And start writing down everything that they're telling you that's going on. Date it. And then start making them phone calls to the people. From here all the way up here. Like I said, they got phone calls in Albany. I mean, from the governor's office. Hochul, I done called there. I talked to them for like a whole hour one day. And I got it all documented too. Everybody I talked to, stop letting these jails kill your peoples or beat up on your peoples and violate their 4th, 5th, 7th, and 9th Amendment rights. Start advocating for them. Because I told you, I'm an advocate for mine. If they call me and tell me they need me to do something, boop. Got my notebook. I got 3 sections for all 3 people. Guess what? I'm calling. Who's this? Writing it down. Times, dates, everything. Start doing that. And start checking on your people that's got mental health. Don't take the mental health thing as a joke. I'm telling you. It's not a joke. Start listening to you think your homeboy, you hanging out with your homeboy, and he talking crazy, and you was like, oh, that's just the liquor talking, or oh, that's just no, that's what's really going on up here. Mental health is real. Start listening to him. You see, start listening to him. But I appreciate you guys tuning in today for part 2 of Parleying with Peggy. Like, comment, subscribe, share to your peoples, because every week is going to be something different. But I need you to throw some topics out there. Let me know what you want to talk about. Like I told you, we'll talk about whatever. right here, this is a safe zone. This is a safe place to voice your opinion on the Parleying with Peggy podcast. It's a safe place. No judgmental zone. We're here to voice our opinion or talk about what we talk about, right, wrong, or indifferent. If we don't like it or we do like it, it don't matter. This is the safe zone. Parleying with Peggy is the safe zone. It's a safe zone. Hey. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening to me rant, because it makes me feel good when I get to talk. Because like I said, I got PTSD, anxiety, and depression. And they said I had suicidal tendencies, but like I said, that's because the dark place I told them I was in. But I took myself out of that, and I would not kill myself or kill my kids or family members or nothing. And my heart and stuff goes out to the people who have taken their life due to mental health or have taken someone else's. My heart and prayers and everything go out to their families, their friends, and everything, because it's real. But yeah, so take the notes that I told you guys. Do your homework on these candidates, because it takes a community to make a change, the Peggy way. Do your homework on your people's mental health, as well as do your homework on your people's that's in the New York State Department of Corrections, or at the Justice Center, or at Jamesville, or at any given facility that's run by COs or whatever. Whatever. Listen to your people's, jot everything down. If you need any type of direction or who to call, who to speak to, if you don't know, you can always let me know on leave a message or whatever. Hit DM it on Facebook. Hit it on TikTok, YouTube, Precious Life of Peggy, TikTok, here, Parleying with Peggy. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, tune in. Like I said, I'm just doing this for myself and for the people. All right, hit my microphone there. Doing it for myself and the people. And just, to get some things off my chest that, that bother me sometimes. Like I said, that aquarium was bothering me. I ain't gonna mention it no more, but that aquarium was bothering me, because I think there's a lot more stuff in Syracuse that could be done with that $120 million. So with that being said, check out this if you didn't check it out, if you're not watching it, check out the podcast. It will be posted tomorrow. Parleying with Peggy every Saturday. You could check it out, or when you came on and watch me now. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys stay safe, and remember what I said to you guys about being a part of the community, making change. Do your homework, check on your peoples, and write down things. Y'all have a blessed day. I love y'all. Y'all stay safe. I will see y'all again next week for the podcast. If anybody has any topics they want to talk about or vent, or anything they want to vent about, you could put it in the comments. You could text it on my TikTok, my Facebook, YouTube, Parleying with Peggy, anything. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I hope some of this made some sense to you, and I thank you for letting me rant to you guys about certain topics. But I hope you take some of what I said, especially about the community. I'm still 315 all day, even though I'm not there anymore. I'm going to always be with 315, because that's where I was born and raised at. And I do take pride in my city, and I'm so upset about certain things that go on there that makes no sense because of the politics and things like that. So please do your homework on these potential candidates. Don't listen to Bob the Builder and Joe Smo again about Sally from the Valley or Larry the Ladder Man. Then I don't know who's running for mayor. These are my little character names that I'm just throwing out there. Don't listen to the other person. Do your own homework on the candidates. I love you guys. Let's go. It's the Peggy way. And I will see y'all next week. Check out my videos that I have coming out. TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I do it for the people. I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for the cash. I do it for the people. Especially people with mental health. Mostly, but I do it for all the people because I love everybody. I do it for everybody. Whole entire world. I do it for. So thanks for checking in with me, Parleying with Peggy. I will see you next week. Have a good one.